Okay, so see here, this Dell Windows laptop scores more than this MacBook M3 Pro. Like, what? Alright, so I'm very excited for this video because Dell sent us their latest best Windows laptop, XPS 16. Now I know, whenever we think of a best premium laptop, we always kind of mean MacBook. Which is fair until you hear the specs of this laptop. Latest Core 7 Ultra CPU, 32GB DDR5 RAM, RTX 4060 graphics, and a freaking OLED display. It's as if this laptop is screaming, move over MacBook, move. But is it though? Like, is this Windows laptop better than a MacBook? Well, we have been testing this for a few days now, and the answer, well, it's not that simple as white and black. By the way, this video is made in collaboration with Dell and Intel. Like, there are quite a lot of things about this Dell XPS that are very cool. For starters, just have a look at this design. You get this all metal body. It comes in this white color, looks minimal and sleek, just the way I like it. And here's another nice thing about the design. See here at the bottom, you get these vents. This intakes cold air and releases it from the back over here, which should keep the laptop cool during gaming. I'll come to the performance section in just a moment, stay tuned. Now, coming to the ports, you get two Type-C Thunderbolt 4 ports on the left and one on the right. All of these support charging, and you can even connect external displays. And of course, you get the trusted 3.5mm headphone jack. Now, you do get a micro SD card reader, which gets the job done, but it would have been better to have a full SD card reader, given that this laptop is meant for video editors, graphic designers, and all. Now here's something pretty unique. See, on any other laptop, this is the keyboard and the trackpad, but it's pretty standard. However, on the Dell XPS, the layout is a bit different. So see here, there's no traditional F1, F2 keys, but if you press and hold the function key, see this top portion converts into the F1, F2 keys. Oh, the animation is so nice. Also see here, you get this dedicated key for Copilot. Neat. Now the keys are placed in a different format. Like the first time I'm using this, I kept on hitting the wrong key. However, unlike every other keyboard, you get used to it pretty quickly. And I must say the typing experience here is pretty solid. You get backlit keyboard and everything, and hear this. You make a very good clicky noise. Now the coolest thing here is actually the trackpad. Like, just by looking at it, it looks like this is entirely the trackpad, but no. The trackpad starts from somewhere over here and then ends somewhere till here. Again, there is a learning curve to this also, but you get used to it pretty quickly. The trackpad area is also quite big and the gestures and everything is precise. Now the biggest flex of this laptop is actually the display. So the variant that we have here is a 16.3-inch 4K 90Hz display. And when you talk about display flex, here's what I mean. If you see it side by side with a 16-inch MacBook Pro, the OLED display looks much brighter and punchier than Mini LED, and of course, it is OLED. Other than this, I was watching Iron Man on this laptop, and I must say the movie watching experience is pretty solid. While the display quality is very good, it is complemented by a really nice speaker system. So you get two front-firing speakers on the top, and then on the bottom, the first vent over here is actually speakers. So you get a total of 4 speakers. Now, hold on. Damn, I can feel the bass. You cannot feel the sound, but this one is pretty good. Coming to the performance part of this laptop, and there are a few things that I must mention. Like, this has a RTX 4060 graphics card, and have a look at 2 gaming benchmarks. First up is Forza 5. On the native 4K resolution, high preset and DLSS set to quality, it was giving me around 45 to 50 FPS. Second, Cyberpunk 2077. Again, 4K resolution, preset set to high with DLSS set to quality, it gave me about 30 FPS. Honestly, that is not bad for a productivity laptop. Like, if you reduce the resolution, FPS will be higher. But here's an interesting thing that I noticed while testing. See, in the benchmarks, the GPU utilization was around 50%. This is less. Ideally, it should be around 90% and up. So maybe some Windows update can push the gaming performance in the future. That being said, this is not exactly a gaming laptop, because though it does have RTX 4060, the max TDP here is 60 watts. RTX 4060s can go up to 140 watts of TDP. However, if you put gaming aside, then this laptop flies. You get a Core Ultra 7 155H CPU, and this variant here has 32GB DDR5 RAM. For those of you who don't know, this year Intel has 2 types of CPU. The usual 14th generation i3, i5, i7 and i9, and then there are Core 5, Core Ultra and Core Ultra 9 chips. The biggest difference is that you get 2 separate NPU cores to handle AI stuff. Now, Intel calls this 3-tiered AI engine. I'll explain it in simple words. For low latency AI work, you have CPU. For AI coding and gaming, you have the GPU. And for sustained AI work like Copilot or Photoshop, you have the NPU. So see here in Geekbench ML score, this is a benchmark but to test AI power. Side by side with the M3 Pro MacBook, the Dell comes out ahead. And not just this, we ran the Cinebench R23 on both. See, even the Dell XPS there has a higher score. Plus, there was no thermal throttling in our testing. But benchmarks aside, even in daily usage like browsing the web, watching videos, editing photos on Photoshop, no lag whatsoever. But What about video editing? Can it edit 4K timeline? Well, let's find out. I'll import these few 4K files in the timeline, apply a simple grade and render it. Now I know this is not an ideal case scenario, but we rendered out an 18.5-minute video. We usually don't do that long videos, but it took about 10 minutes to do it, which is actually fast, if you know Premiere Pro. Now, interesting trend I've seen, all apps like Notion, Premiere, Photoshop, Copilot, and even Windows is moving towards AI. And this AI PC or AI on Windows thing has an edge over MacBook. And for these type of AI tasks, you need dedicated hardware cores or hardware level customization. So yeah, on the performance side of things, this laptop is actually one of the best I've seen. And in terms of upgradability, let's open this up. So you get this huge battery inside, and this I think is the thermal pad. Oh, it's the SSD. So the RAM is soldered. The only thing that you can upgrade is the SSD. But the laptop on the inside looks beautiful in this matte black. Other than this,
you get a 1080p webcam, and here's how the audio and video quality is, and I would say like it's pretty much like a very good quality webcam that I have seen in Windows.
And since this laptop does have a dedicated graphics card, you have to carry this charging brick around. Luckily, the laptop is also Intel Evo certified, so you can also charge it via Type-C charging cable that is PD supported. Now, people do ask this quite a lot, so in simple words, I'll put an Intel Evo laptop roughly has to have all-day battery life. If I pick up the lid, it should wake instantly. It has to have Wi-Fi 6 Thunderbolt ports. Now, the battery life still depends on your usage, but in my normal non-gaming tasks, the laptop easily lasted around 8 to 9 hours, which is good. Or great if you're coming from Windows. So yeah, that was our take on the all-new Dell XPS 16. Now to answer the question, is this Windows laptop better than a MacBook? So see, this laptop costs 2,99,999 only, and a 16-inch M3 MacBook Pro also costs pretty much around the same. Given that in some aspects, I would say the Dell is actually better. OLED display. You can even do gaming on it, which is not seamless on the Mac OS. That being said, should you buy this over a MacBook? Well, it depends on your use case. If you use Final Cut Pro or Logic S, then the MacBook is your only option. However, if you're someone who's in the Adobe suite, or if you're someone who wants to do gaming along with working, then you can look into Windows alternatives like this Dell XPS series. Like, this is the best Windows have got. The Dell XPS starts at 1.7 lakh. There's also no cost EMI and some card offers. We'll link everything in the description below. Let us know, if you had money to spend, would you get a maxed out Windows laptop or a MacBook? Or would you just assemble a desktop? Let us know in the comment section below, and I'll see you in the next one. We'll signing off.